Yes, Blues, welcome back to Not In My Lifetime channel for our first video or content in a while. Apologies, I know we keep saying apologies in this channel, but when you don't do this for a job, when you've got a lot of lives going on, especially this time of year, it can be a bit busy. But I'm back. I've got a bit of time to sort of do a quick reaction to the Villarreal game, discussed all the on-pitch stuff, which is really, really good. Obviously, I was on Martin's show on Thursday. Obviously, if you were there, big up to you guys for all support on that as well. Is a great debate, a good chat about the situation off the pitch. The club I'll get into that as well because on the pitch, the club's doing very well at the moment, being really good. Obviously, none unbeaten so far, so that's fantastic. It's great to see how well we're doing. But off the pitch, I know off the pitch we're building a hotel and I understand. It's great. I love seeing that the club's growing and getting better and better, but it's the way you do things. But look, we'll obviously get into that eventually. But right now, I want to focus on the actual on pitch stuff. Now, for me, on the pitch, brilliant. Nine games undefeated now since the Brighton game. 7 wins, 2 draws, which I think is brilliant. Is it free flowing prime City ball? I mean, not always, no, but it was never going to be. I think people who have been very critical on the timeline right now, dissing certain players still, I'm like, guys, last season was last season. You can't just keep focusing on last season too much or getting so critical of the team because you're just so scared about what's going to happen to this team. At the end of the day, right, this season for me was all about building back and getting back to the levels again. This season, in terms of the title race, look, obviously in the race still, which is great, but I'm not bothered about it really. For me, this season's all about getting the levels back to where they were, building the mentality back of the team, building the home form back, the away form. It's getting our levels back to where they should be and where they used to be. That's where the City team needs to be again. Right now, we're getting there. Is it free flowing? No. Haaland's obviously getting most of the goals right now, but also obviously Bernardo Silva's got a great goal against the Villarreal, which I'll get into in a little bit. But it just feels a little bit at the moment that we're focusing on the wrong things in this fan base too much. I mean, not necessarily everyone in the fan base. I think everyone's kind of locked in still, obviously, to game by game basis. Obviously, tomorrow against Villa, obviously, a good set as well before in the video. But it just feels we're a little bit tied up on agendas, tied up on saying certain things and sort of being behind certain things rather than actually sort of being critical when it's right to be, but also showing a lot of praise for certain players when they play really well. Now, for me, one player that had that issue is for me is Savinho. I think Savinho for me has been a player that's been very highly criticised, and I'll say as it is, as Martin says it, it's mostly for the summer. Now, don't get me wrong, right? No one knows what happened in the summer. I was like, oh, but the media will only put out what is told to them. It doesn't mean that they're right in it. You have to kind of read between the lines. At the end of the day, right, Savinho has signed a new deal and he's here and wants to be here and wants to fight for his place. At the end of the day, right, anyone in the City shirt gets a back in. It's that simple. There's no agendas here. It's all about being critical of performances on the pitch by game basis and basing on what you see on the pitch, obviously on off pitch as well. For me at the moment, obviously Doku's been a bit recently. Last game's not very good. Doesn't mean he's shit. It means that obviously I think he's had a good start to the season. Doku, I think he has, but this is where he's got to find his levels of consistency. That's where he's got to improve. That's where he's got to work on it. Because I think for me at the moment, he's still not that level yet. Obviously, he's still fairly young, still where he can sort of improve that. But at the moment, he's not at the levels, of a prime player yet, or a player of that consistency of that high ilk yet. I think he will get there, but I think it's a lot of patience is required. I think the fan base needs a lot of that patience. This season, it's not about getting all the trophies this season. It's about getting the levels back and getting ourselves in the conversation. For me, the fact that Arsenal and Liverpool are in the media focus right now is great for us. Good. Forget about being in the media focus. Focus on being out of the picture. Right now, we need to be winning our game because I tell you, if we beat Liverpool end of the month after this amazing run, then I'll say it as it is. That's when we're in competition. Because if we beat Liverpool, oh shit, City are here. And that's when it will start changing. At the moment, right, focus on your own games. One game at a time, focusing on what you need to do. It's too easy just to sort of get bogged down and drummed down in certain situations. Don't let it get to you. TV's funny playing out. Sorry about that. Yeah, but don't get bogged down certain things. Don't get focused on agendas and that. Just focus on the team and the pitch on a game by game basis. That's what it's about, and that's what it should be about. I just think, right, if fans focused so much more on just performances when they're really good, and actually analyze the games for how it should be, I think it'd be a lot better, and an area of atmosphere across the family, not just obviously in the mostly everyone, be fine. Now, I get what will come to be. Oh, but I've got standards. Oh, but I'm allowed to have my opinion. Of course you are. Of course you are. No one's saying you're not allowed to say opinion at all. But if it's a little bit untrue, a little bit like you're trying to keep hold of that. Oh, but what if? Oh, but what if? Oh, but what if? That's what it. You can't worry. If we lose a game, lose a game. Again, we won so many games the last few years. We've won so many trophies the last few years, right? It's become the norm, which again, look, isn't the norm at all for any team. Unless obviously Bayern Munich is Bundesliga or PSG League, and that's different. The competition in the Premier League is high. It's the highest I've ever seen it. Like it's that every year the standard of the league gets better and better and better. There are no easy games in this league anymore. Even Burnley, Leeds, and Sunderland aren't easy games anymore. No one is easy to beat. Wolves, I mean, yeah, sure, but Wolves obviously aren't playing well this season. Neither West Ham, but doesn't mean that walkovers. No game is a guaranteed 6-0, 7-0 anymore. People need to understand that. Actually, think, you know what? Maybe we should focus on actually just getting the wins in the back. Sometimes you will score 5 or 6, and it'd be great when that happens, but you've got to focus on just getting the 3 points and getting the win. That's how it should be. So, yeah, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to sort of sit and be a critical team if it play crap. Of course not. But there's a point you get to where it becomes an agenda. No, yeah, anyway, look, that's me enough ranting about that. No one really cares about that anymore. But that's the fact I'm making. Like, it's when none gives unbeaten, focus on the fact that you know what, it's very positive, obviously, compared to last season. I know we're getting to the point now where next week, that Swansea game is where we started falling on the face of the earth, and that one win in 13. But going up towards that game, obviously, because obviously the Villa game on Sunday is equivalent to our 1 win against Southampton almost a year ago. We've got to focus on the right things there. I think just focus on getting the 3 points, keep getting the wins, give up the momentum, and just keep focused on the prize. That's what it should be. But yeah, on the pitch, they're smashing it. Haaland, 12 games in a row scored for the country. Level Ronaldo's record, which is incredible. And another record that Haaland's matching now, or possibly beating on Sunday if he scores against Villa tomorrow. Incredible. But also Savinho as well on Saturday. Sorry, Tuesday. Whatever. Oh, what day it is. On Tuesday, fantastic, brilliant player. You know, he has the quality, guys. He does it. Just again, it's patience. We need patience. I do want a player in this team that's an experience at scoring the goals. Of course, I do. I'm not saying I don't. But these guys specifically here, we need to give time to. Sorry, I know the League Gunner agenda. I'm not saying this isn't a thing League Gunner, by the way. I get it in a way, but it's this whole mentality of standards. Like I get it, but you got to build back the standards first before you have that standards again. Like treble year and 4 year, of course, standards are always there. But last year, the standards were destroyed last year. Like you had to build it back to them again. You can't just say, "Oh, standards are always there no matter what." Last season, right? People forget this. Last season, right? We were so inconsistent at times after the 1 and 13. Like I know we were better last year. We actually played really well towards the end, apart from the odd games here and there. But we weren't even there at all last year. This year, we have to focus on building back the levels and the consistency and the standards. That's what the whole point of the season. Then this year, let's say we win an FA Cup this year or a Carabao Cup, or finish very high in the league. Champions League do very, very well. It's about getting back there again. And we got to get back there again. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of doing this. We have to get back to the levels required. So, for me, on Tuesday, good performance. Obviously, he changed teams around. Obviously, Nico G, Rico, obviously midfield as well. I thought Rico played very well that game. I thought, everyone was surprised to see him play, but so was I in a way. But I'm happy he proved everyone wrong. I think it was brilliant. With Rico, I had no doubt his ability. I think it's just about that when he plays midfield, it's not often the common thing we see. But when he does play it, he's very, very good. So I thought he was brilliant on Tuesday. I thought Nunez was brilliant. Right back again. He's been very good, obviously, in place of Husnov. Now, hopefully, Husnov's back. I think for Swansea, I think he's back for the week after. Obviously, there's no guarantee on that yet, but I imagine he's probably close to being back now, which is good. Rodri obviously isn't back yet, but I think he's close to being back as well. So the positives are we're getting close to a fully fit squad again, which is very good. But yeah, I just feel like we're getting there again. Like I can see the signs of a team that's coming together slowly but surely. Bernardo Silva, a player that everyone criticises, very good on Tuesday. Great goal as well from a Savio cross. It's like we are getting there. I know it's not perfect. I know it's not free flowing City ball, but it never is the start of the year anyway. People should remember that. Like we're never at the prime players anyway until at least like March or even that start of New Year. It's very early to be very hypercritical, very early to be over analytical, very early to be absolutely losing your rat. Just focus on one game at a time. Just focus on one game at a time, and then it'll be all right. That's what you should be doing right now anyway. But yeah, 2-0 win, none unbeaten. Buzzing with that. Haaland 12 games very on fire right now. Great YouTube video, by the way, he did on the channel, obviously. What was it? Is it over 2 million views now? And with 400k subs now? Incredible. I imagine he'll be at 1 million subs in no time. So, big up to Haaland, by the way. Great content. I look forward to seeing what else comes from that channel anyway. But now on to the thing that's negative now. Now, I know people are going to be very surprised that's why I'm saying this is critical about the North Stand and all this stuff, hotel. Not against that at all, by the way. I'm not against the idea of it. I love the fact that we're growing as a club and getting better and better, but it's the way you deal with it with the fans and that. And we'll get into it now. So, City released this on, was it Tuesday, was it? I think. Oh, sorry, Thursday. I'm track my days today, aren't I? Bloody hell. On Thursday, North Stand ticketing and experience update. Now, I'm not a ticket holder, so this doesn't actually affect me at all. I'm obviously I'm a member. I'll go where I can go. Obviously, I've been North Stand, South Stand, Bell Stand, and obviously every stand possible. Every stand possible, obviously in the stadium. So for me, obviously, I know pretty much every part of the ground at this point. But this obviously affects people like Alex, obviously who's part of the channel as well, and also Martin as well. So I'm on Cooney and Way, and also many people as well. Obviously Andy from Pubcat as well. So it isn't just obviously this is a few people that obviously would know in the community as well. People that have been obviously going to games for the last 22 years in the ground, and also previously obviously at Main Road as well. But this obviously affects a lot of people obviously who have been going week in week out for the last 22 years. Now, really into it. So with the North Stand has expanded a single upper tier due to be open before the end of the current season, we're pleased to share some important updates about season tickets and our new matchday experiences. Okay, new season tickets. So the expansion of the North Stand will add more than 7,000 general admission this season, increasing the Etihad total capacity to over 60,000. Previously communicated the majority of the additional general admissions to the capacity we could allocate season ticket members. So that's good. More season tickets, which is brilliant. So obviously anyone that's on the actual as on the waiting list, probably. Well, I'm not sure waiting list has been massive now. I know on that as well, but I imagine it's probably a bigger list as it is anyway. But I imagine it's long to people who are trying to get into that. But I'm sure we'll obviously read on. And following further consultation with City Matters, I mean, I've heard that. I don't know whether that's true or not. Again, I've heard differing things from different people about City Matters being involved in it, club being involved. It's a very interesting situation because it's not very open. Like from what we've heard of different people, some have said that they're open with it, some have said they're not open with it. It was a little bit like tongue in cheek or very a smoke and mirrors, if you will. So I'm not sure if that's true or not. Again, I'm not saying that they're lying here, but none of us know really what's going on with it at all right now. So we are pleased to confirm that we will release more than 4,000 new Flexi season tickets. Well, it's not Flexi Gold. By the way, just to clear up, Flexi Gold isn't season ticket. By the way, it's not. It's not like you just get a chance of paying more for season ticket. I think, or so paying more for big games. Something. I think that's what it is. I'm not the best place to sort of answer that and be clear on that. But from far as I'm aware, Flexi season tickets what is a Flexi? One is a season ticket overall. I don't get that at all. Ahead of the 2026 next season. So half these season tickets will be ring fenced for junior citizens to help make sure the next generation of fans can reach packages. I mean that's great and all, but why 50%? I mean, I get you want to. Surely the whole point is to get newer fans to the ground anyway. I get this is the thing. It sounds well and good, but again, how true is all this? I mean, it's very again, other people are like, oh, but it reads like this. Is that no club? It does, but the problem is we don't actually know fully, like all the ins and outs and stuff. Again, the clubs tell us what they obviously tell us. It's not really obviously fully clear on everything. So again, I'm not trying to be tinfoil hat here. I'm just trying to sort of just look into it and sort of be analytical. What's hopefully this is all true. Hopefully this actually is a thing that will happen, and that this generation fans do get in it. Because again, I want to see younger fans. I want to see people that I know as growing up, obviously. Maybe have kids grow up and actually get to watch their team play for as many more years. That is the hope, but hopefully the club actually go through with this. They're able to purchase if you fancy tickets following consideration to purchase of 34 different home matches. Well, so for me, I've done about I think 10, 11 now. Last 3 years again. Our life is always guaranteed me to get the games week in week out. But when I can get to them, yeah, it's brilliant. I mean, that's probably fair. Again, if you can go a lot more consistently, you definitely are worth getting season tickets. So 100%, I do agree with that. Hopefully, it does happen. So more details will be shared as season tickets in advance. Look, that's good. I'm pleased with that. I'm pleased that they're actually sort of doing that. So hopefully that does come to fruition. Hopefully it does. So obviously now on to new match experiences. As we said last season, the expanded North Stand will include a minimum of 3,000 rail seats, but it's going to increase demand depending on demand. These seats offer a safe standing experience, and we will be asking existing season ticket members and fans who have met 35 match criteria if they're interested in moving to this new area. Okay, well, so far that's okay. We're also excited to reveal images of the expanded North Stand's new concourse areas, which will offer unique facilities and a refreshed match day experience. Features will include space for pre and post match entertainment, self-serve screens, and enhanced TV system, which is good, by the way. That's good. It's good to have a redone area. I've been around North Stand enough times, obviously, with Alex and obviously his dad and his mates and that people that they know. I've been around there enough times, obviously. I know what it's like there. It's still very like old school compared to South Stand. Some actually getting an upgrade in it, which is very good. Hopefully, it does it very good. In addition, two new bar spaces will be added to expanded North Stand. The crossbar, located at the start of the expanded section, this space will welcome around 300 fans and offer a relaxed visual atmosphere. Okay, cool. City Hall, an experience for around 500 fans on match days and pub for events. On match days, this bar experience will be located at the back of level 0. So 800 fans get this out of however many fans that they'll be sat there. So there's not a lot, is it, really, if we're being real, but okay. Sport fans need to relocate. The introduction of City Hall means that a small number of season ticket members in North Stand Level 0, formerly known as Level 1, may need to move seats ahead of the commencement of the new season. No fans will need to move to accommodate crossbar. This is where I feel a little bit weird. Because why are fans being forced to move in the first place? I'm sorry, why? Like, these fans have been sat here for 22 years. Martin has been sat there, I think, with his son, I think. Obviously, Martin can come out to me on text or comment in the video if he watches the video. For 22 years. I know he's been over for 35 years overall, obviously that main road, but what I was basing is on Etihad only. 22 years he's been going to that same seat. Why they got to relocate for? Why? Like, surely you can still keep the original seating area, or you could have talked about this with people years ago if you when discussing this. Like, I get. I'm not against the club expanding, of course I'm not, but there's a way of doing it. It's a way of actually communicating with the fans and being clear with them. It feels a little bit like they're just for, oh yeah, sorry, now we're doing it now. End of October, obviously what we're doing now. No, I'm sure obviously recently it might come out a bit differently. Hopefully Kyle actually updated people recently and made it a bit more clearer. So hopefully it's the case. But I'm going off what this is saying. Again, when the video obviously goes live, I think today at some point when we record this, I just hope that the club do make the changes necessary to sort of and keep these fans and actually allow them to stay where they are, because I don't think it's fair at all they have to move. That's not how it works at all, man. It's not. So yeah, so we understand that vacancies may be unsettling. We're here to support these fans. All effective fans have been a contact priority and profit. Well, not necessarily. Apparently, some won't contact at all at the same time. It's a little bit weird, isn't it? Like some contacted before, some contacted way later. It's a bit of a hoo-ha, isn't it? I don't get it. Priority verification window diffuse any available general sufficient seat in the stadium. What any old stand again? If they're disabled, then what? Then someone said, "Oh, but it doesn't matter. It's not about that." I mean, it is about that as well. Like it all comes to everything. At the end of the day, right? It's If you're sat on the lower stand because of a disability, then surely you should have the right to stay where you are. Again, like this isn't an issue if the club came out and did all this stuff and were clear with the fans beforehand, rather than say, "Oh, all this new great stuff." I mean, that's great. I'm not saying that's bad, by the way, but there's a lot of things that go into this kind of stuff that you've got to sort of deal with originally and beforehand. I feel like it was done about a year before, with a little bit more time to sort of prepare for this stuff. Fine, like it was like last season, we're like, okay, right, in a season and a half's time is what we're doing. Cool. So there's that way. It gives people a chance to work things out. Whereas if you're doing it like in the middle of the season before going to the next season, it feels like a real massive like rush around. It's like I don't get why the club could have done this, or at least plan for this a lot sooner in advance. Am I being unfair there? Please comment below. But I just know it feels very, very sudden to me. It feels very weird. Fans impacted by the change will not need to pay more to move to a more fancy location. Well, again, that's all well and good, but how long will that last for? How long will that change? Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's very weird. Well, the ability to move to the cover groups is not all members are directly affected. I mean, that's all well and good, but it sounds good. But I mean, whether that is the case. So we'll see. Next steps. All ticket and city related announcements will follow on consultation with our elected fan network, City Matters, but I hope that does. In 2026, we will be sharing more details about pricing for next season. This will be advanced. We'll see to get relocations, renewals, new season tickets going on sale. Hopefully, it's good. How to express interest in real seating and experience is a release of match tickets for many matches with this banner section to operation this season. For showing them updates about the new museum, fan zone, hotel, and food and beverage spaces, all which are due to open in late 2026. Again, this sounds incredible. It does, but like anything, it's the execution of the announcements that does matter. I just feel like the club haven't been very clear through it. I know this sounds mental, like I'm saying that when we're reading an article from the club. I get that. I'm not stupid. I'm not. I don't know about I am, but I'm not. But there's a situation. But it's like, why couldn't this have been sorted out or dressed the fans earlier on? Like, this would have been such a shock of the movement. I'm not against all this, by the way. I love the fact that they're doing all this cool stuff. It's great. But the relocation thing is the one that bothers me. At the end of the day, right? You should if you've in a seat right for that many years, you should be able to sit in that seat for however long you want to live for, whatever that. That should be your seat. Unless you obviously you decide to move, or you decide to say I'm done. That's how it should be. I don't get that at all because again, the club still needs fans that go week in week out. Like the games like Bournemouth, where they don't always sell out. You need fans that go week in week out because tourists won't go to them games. They'll go to Liverpool and Chelsea at home because again, they've been a massive big games and they want to see him live. You've got to be able to. You've got to keep your core fan base. You've got to. Like, that's how it should be. Again, I know some people that I'm not. I don't go week in week out, so I don't go week in week out. So obviously, I'm not someone that has that affects me massively. But I've got friends that do go week in week out. That can afford to do that in this day and age. And I just feel like they're not being fair to them at all. No, yes, I know people are like, oh, but if you read that there, it says that. Like, yeah, I know it does, but this is the thing, right? It all sounds very good, but will it go that way? Will it be executed that way? Again, like we've still got what is it just around a year until this all sort of opens up and changes. So hopefully the club do change things. Again, I'm not holding my breath on that, but we'll see what happens anyway. But again, I won't do around it too much. Again, we'll discuss it a bit more on stream on Monday. I think Bevo. Well, again, I know. Again, I said before we'll be back recently, but life gets in the way sometimes. It really does. But again, Monday hopefully we'll be back to do a stream, having a chat about the Villa game and the other game so far. Should be good. But big up everyone's support. I know the channels have been massively putting that content recently again, and it's not we don't want to. We do. It's just life is just not as easy as you think it is. Like basically, I mean, with YouTube, if you find that you want to do it right, and you aren't getting paid for it, or you isn't your job, it is very difficult to keep doing it consistently because there's so much you got to keep a track on, so much you got to keep out in life, and that it isn't always possible to actually get a stream out every week or stream out most days. So if you could do it every day or every week, probably up to you. Again, I'd love to do it. I want to try and change that and get up to do streams weekly. I will try and do my best to do that for you guys because I love the channel. I love to see how we've built so far. But yeah, if you can sort of bear with us, we're back very soon to sort of doing all this cool stuff, and we'll let you know. Obviously, guys know our future sort of guests on the podcast, and that we'll obviously get to that at some point. But yeah, big up to you guys for all the support recently. We do appreciate it. If you're new here as well, leave a like, comment below as well. I think of the North Stand updates, also City recently as well. Also as well, we've really just launched memberships as well. So if you want to become a member of the channel to help out, obviously, or to be part of future stuff that we have planned, hopefully going into the rest of this year and start of next year, then please feel free to subscribe below. As it was about £1, I think, per month. There's one a bit more than that. Excuse me. There's one a bit more than that, but that's not really something you have to do if you want to. It's more just of a, if you want to become more part-time, get more involved in certain things, you feel free. It's up to you. You want to. There's no pressure at all. It's more just so we've got something out there if you want to sort of help out and sort of do more, obviously, and sort of watch more content that we have planned anyway. So that should be good. And also, yeah, also subscribe as well. We're 21 subscribers away from 1.3k. As I was on that goal right now. We can get there soon. I absolutely appreciate it. Thank all you guys for all the great support you've done so far for the last year and a half or so of doing the channel. We do appreciate it, and we look forward to doing much more to you guys. But yeah, see you guys on Monday for a review of Villa. I look forward to bringing more videos to you as well. Until then, guys, for the rest of your weekend, come on, City tomorrow. Let's try and get another win to get 10 in a row. Come on, City.